Hello everybody and welcome to Pixels Plays. I'm Jay and welcome to my first ever video on the channel, my first ever playthrough on the channel, and it is Stardew Valley. So I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley during lockdown. You know, I find it really comfortable and really relaxing and definitely a game that I enjoy. It helps the anxiety. So we're going to create a new character. Obviously I'm going to call him Pixels. I was going to call him Jay, but for continuity, my favourite thing's beer. So, you know, I'm obviously going to go through all my character settings and creations, and, you know, I'm picking my dog because it looked like my German Shepherd I had when I was a kid. Picking my hair, picking my shirt, stuff that I feel that I look like in Stardew Valley form, so to speak. You know, scruffy hair, big beard, band t-shirt, blue jeans, and boots, which obviously changed during the game. So for those of you that are new to Stardew Valley, like myself, I've only been playing a little while, so this isn't going to be an expert playthrough. I'm going to just do your run-of-the-mill playthrough and just try and see if we can complete it. It's not completionist. We've chosen the Four Corners map, which is one of the newest maps, so you get, you know, copper nodes and stuff. But let's get into the intro. And for my very special grandson. Grandad don't seem too good. I want you to have this sealed envelope. Well, he chucked that far. Fair play to him. No, don't open it yet. Now listen close. There will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life. Oh, God. Singing to the choir. And your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. Jesus, is he in lockdown? When that happens, my boy, you'll be ready for this gift. Now let Grandpa rest. XX years later. Is that 20? Or just enter number here kind of thing? Oh God. Look at him terminated. Does that mean he was fired or killed? Woody's lost money since Toy Story 4. Oh, there's me. They need to invest in flat screen monitors. And ergonomics suggests you should be eye level with your screen. So, not very ergonomically friendly, is it? Oh God, he's going for the gun in the drawer. Oh no, it's the envelope. It's fine. Dear Pixels, if you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life, real connections with other people and nature, so I dropped everything. I've enclosed a deed to this place, my pride and joy, Pixels Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's the perfect place to start your new life. This was my most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. P.S. If Lewis is still alive, say hi to the old guy for me, will you? On the road again. So obviously we've decided to leave our job before getting terminated, whatever that is, murdered, or before our back goes out from the poor ergonomics of the office place. And obviously we're heading to Stardew Valley, which is 0.5 miles away, to start a lovely new life. Hello, you must be Pixels. I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's there right now, tidying things up. The farm's right over here if you'll follow me. So, are you single? This is Pixels Farm. Apparently I'm shocked. What's the matter? Sure, it's a bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath the mess. With a little dedication, you have it cleaned up in no time. Oh, I'm glad. And here we are, your new home. Ah, the new farmer. Welcome, I'm Lewis, mayor of the town. I skipped all of these really quickly. Basically, he's introducing us. So, you're moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house, very rustic. Rustic, that's one way to put it. Crusty might be a little more apt. Alright, rude. Jesus. Wasn't my house to start with. Yeah, she's trying to get me to buy those house upgrades, which I'm sure we'll get to at some point in the playthrough. Anyway, you must be tired from a long journey. You should get some rest. Tomorrow you ought to explore the town. The townspeople would appreciate that. Oh, I almost forgot. If you have anything to sell, just place it in this box and I'll collect it at night. So now we are here in the world of Stardew Valley, and we're given some parsnip seeds to get us started. We're going to check our journal, so, you know, cultivate and harvest a parsnip and greet 28 people, which is a lot of people. And I think we're going to have to start with sorting out this mess and get these parsnips planted, because obviously can't make money if you're not growing and cultivating crop. So I always like to water my ground first before I plant my seeds. Just for me it's easier to see, especially when you get to some of the different seeds you get throughout the game. So yeah, just do it first and it just makes it that little bit easier. And then there we go, planting our parsnips plus one of the mixed seeds we found, and we're going to head off into town to meet some people. And I'm just going to run into the sign and we're going to just forage some bits along the way. I do like to change my settings so that I'm zoomed out more, so I don't have to run up and down a map to get a better level of where I am. So now we're all zoomed out, I can get a better scope of things that are there to be foraged and taken for our own. So now we've just walked into Pelican Town, the main town centre, where it's very quiet. For 9:50 AM, very quiet. There we go, we can see someone over there playing with his balls. Or should I say his ball? But let's go speak to him. It is Alex, I believe. Yes, Alex. Oh hey, you're the new guy. Cool. I'll see you around. Yeah, I'm sure you will. Here is George and Granny, or I think Evelyn is her name, so we're just going to go speak to them and just see how they're doing, introduce ourselves, because the quicker we introduce ourselves to everyone, the quicker we complete our quest and get a little bit of a reward for it. So if I have to talk to people for my own personal gain, I will. Gonna just check out the calendar board. It's Lewis's birthday on the 7th, so we'll give him something, you know, try and build some relationships. And like I said, in this first episode we are going to be talking to absolutely everyone and, you know, seeing if we can get that introduction quest done a bit more and try and make our way through it. I mean, as simple as that. Here's Pierre, owner of the shop. So when you're introducing yourself, you have to go around and speak to them. If you just go into this menu, it won't actually introduce. So we are going to buy some extra seeds. So we bought 5 potato seeds to go in with the rest of our growing crop. This is going to go towards the community centre bundles, which you'll learn more about later. And Abigail is Bay. Hello, beautiful. Do you want to come back to mine? The reason I like Abigail is she does remind me of my fiance, so yes, I look forward to getting to know Abigail a bit better as this playthrough goes on. And there's no one else in the shop, so we are going to take our leave in search of more people. Ah, the trailer. Trailer Trash Pam. How are you, Pam? Hey kid, the name's Pam. Don't be a jerk and we'll get on just fine. Don't be such a raving alcoholic. Leave some of the beer for me. And we're going to go into the museum and meet the curator of said museum, whilst also seeing and picking up some stuff along the way. Our inventory is full. We should have really dropped off some stuff before we left, but oh well. Gunther, that is his name. So we've introduced ourselves to Gunther, and I'm sure we'll bring him some artifacts, because the security there is whack. And just check these bins and say hello to Clint. Clint is the blacksmith where we'll be going to upgrade our tools and process our geodes. And yeah, very handy man to know around the place. And we're going to take a walk up past the river, past Jojo Mart, say hello quickly to Sam, and let's see if there's anyone in Jojo Mart we could talk to. I do believe that the guy on the left is Shane, who does live in the town and works here, but when you try and talk to him, it just says he's busy, so I don't think it counts as an introduction. So we'll have to wait till he's finished his shift at the corporation that nearly destroyed our soul. Because if you remember, the offices we worked at was the Jojo Mart, or the Jojo Corporation, and their market is the one that's putting Pierre out of business. Hey Abigail. Actually, here, have a flower. Love me. You brought me a present, thanks. No problem. So now we're going to run up towards the carpentry shop, which Robin, who we met before, and hopefully we can meet Maru and Demetrius, her daughter and husband, I do believe, and tick off a few more of those introductions. And there is Maru right there. So just say hello to her. Apparently she was really excited to meet us, as you will see in a second, which is kind of creepy, but okay. Guess new stud in town. Obviously we've already introduced ourselves to Robin in the beginning, so we're going to say hello to Demetrius and then go along our way. I keep walking into walls. And as you can see, we can see a homeless guy looking like a Flintstones character, which is Linus. So we're going to introduce ourselves to Linus and then head back towards our farm, taking the mountain road for that scenic route. And on our left you can see the road. How beautifully scenic. So obviously the path through to our farm is a bit chaotic at the moment, but we will no doubt start to make this a lot cleaner as time goes on. And yeah, so we're just going to chop down some trees and plant the seeds that we bought from Pierre's and put down a chest so that we can not have to carry absolutely everything on us at all times, because we've only got the 10 slots or 12 slots or however many it is to do so. So we're going to store stuff in there, and soon we're going to create our own box. It's going to be for the bundles for the community centre, which we will get to soon. I don't know why I'm going up here. Oh yeah, I'm going to check the back route, which I only found out about recently, believe it or not. So, but no, there's nothing there to forage. So yeah, our first day is very quiet. There's not much going on. It's more about introductions, starting the basic planting and getting to know everyone, like Harvey, the doctor, with those dodgy glasses and moustache. I don't want to be... Oh, excuse me for yawning, because talking to him was a bore, and I would not like to get a medical exam from him. Bend over and cough, sir. But I've only got the sniffles. And here's Haley, who is absolutely rude because she thinks I'd be cute if it weren't for the horrendous clothes I'm wearing. Well, fuck you, this is a Metallica t-shirt, you dumb blonde bitch. But there you go, have a flower. Because if Abigail rejects me, you can suck me off. And here's Leah, who's always very positive and very happy. So, that's always nice. And quickly sneak into the trash can before she sees us. And we'll say hello to Vincent and Jody, get to know them a little bit. And we should be through quite a large majority of the introductions. I know a few of them will have to wait until the first festival, which I believe is on the 13th day of spring, because there's some people that we just won't get to meet till then, or I'll probably be busy doing other stuff and forget. See, 21 out of 28 people greeted. And yeah, we're going to go down to the seafront and see if we can forage some of the oysters and clams and mussels and things, because these do actually go into the community centre bundles. Again, people that have played through Stardew Valley know what I'm talking about, and if you haven't, it's no problem. We'll get to it, and it'll probably be in episode 2 that you'll learn what the community centre bundles are and what we have to do and why we have to do them. So yeah, pretty relaxed episode right now. I am keeping an eye out for any of the worms on the floor, but the thing is because I'm trying to do so much in the first episode, there is a good chance that I've probably missed some along the way, and if I haven't, I'm pretty sure I will miss some, because they don't stick out like a sore thumb. So we missed out on going into Marnie's because they're closed, and what I like to do on the first day is, if you go south of Marnie's shop, there is a little patch where you are able to find spring onions. There we go, which are really good for, you know, giving you a little bit of energy in your first couple of days, especially when it comes to like watering plants. And then, you know, once you've watered the plants, you're absolutely exhausted and you've still got the rest of a day that you need to do stuff like fish or cut down trees, but you can't, because after your first day you're absolutely exhausted just watering your plants, which is ridiculous. As someone who helps my mum down her allotment in the real world, I know that watering plants isn't that exhausting. It's tiring doing all of the stuff, but just watering the plants on their own, it's not so bad. So we're just taking a lap around, seeing if there's anything we can pick up that could be foraged. And as it's looking, there's not much around. Hopefully, I'm looking out for, there's a flower there, but I'm looking out for the berry. I believe it's a berry that will help us again with the community bundles. But I have yet to find one. So back into our farm we go. Through all the mess. As you could have seen on the bottom right there is a section with copper nodes, and yeah, nodes will spawn there from time to time, and it's really handy because it means that if you need just a little bit of copper, you don't have to run all the way into the mines. So yeah, we're going to store all of our stuff back, and we're going to call it a night to end our first day. And we got level 1 foraging, which is brilliant, which means we can make our field snacks and we can craft some wild seeds, which is brilliant. So field snacks take an acorn, a maple seed and a pine cone. So once we chop down some of these trees, it will be quite easy to make. So there's Pierre selling us the backpack upgrade. And Willie is now back, which means we can get our fishing rod. So after we chop down some trees, we are going to give Fisherman Willie a quick visit. And yeah, we're going to plant our crops as well. And as you can see, our energy just goes down just by watering such a small amount of crops. And it's even worse, obviously, the bigger your crops get, but luckily we get to unlock sprinklers and things like that, so the curve isn't so bad. But I need some wood because I want to create a couple of extra chests that I can place next to this one, so that we can have our bundles, our community center bundles in one chest and our other bits in another, and eventually we'll have one for our smeltables, our precious metals and things like that. So as you can see now, I'm just pulling out the items that I know are used in the community center bundles. Again, it helps that I've played through. And I'm putting our watering can and our scythe back in there because there's no need for me to carry those around with me. It just takes up inventory space, because once we get the fishing rod from Willy, we are going to do a bit of fishing, because that's a good way to make some early day dollary doos. We'll check the trash cans on the way, see if there's anything in them. Sometimes they'll give you like a bit of food or something that really does help, because as you can see, our energy is super low at the moment. Ah, there's someone we haven't met. Who is that? It's Yaz. Very shy. Obviously, you know, probably terrified because I've just accosted her in a bloody graveyard. And here we go, our introduction with Willy. I won't try and read through all the dialogue because, as you can see, I have skipped over it very quickly. And here he goes to give us his old fishing rod, which is going to be very important, like I said, in the early game. And we got the bamboo pole, which is perfect. Thank you, Willy. I do appreciate it. So yeah, if I am fishing by the ocean, then I do tend to sell my fish to Willy. But if I'm not, if I'm at my farm and it's late, then I won't run back. I'll just sell them through the box that Mayor Lewis picks up at the end of each day. I'm not even sure if there is a difference in price. And yep, we got all the forageables on the beach. So we are going to head to my favourite early game fishing spot, which is the river. Hopefully we bump into some people we haven't met, but I don't think we will, because I think I still don't know the patterns of the residents so well, and because we have already gone through this route in day one, I don't think we'll see anyone on day two in this route. There's Linus, who obviously we met. And here it is, my favourite fishing spot on day one. So we are going to do a bit of fishing. This is a difficult thing of trying to get the treasure and try and get a very temperamental fish, which is a largemouth bass, which is actually really good because, again, community centre bundles, and to get that when I'm not even level 1 fishing is brilliant. It gets easier to fish as your level goes on, as you can imagine, but trying to get perfect catches means you get a bit more experience as well per catch, and I believe more likely to get a higher level fish as well. So there you go, now our inventory's full. I'm not going to waste any more time fishing, plus my energy's pretty low, so we are going to head back to the farm, probably eat a few spring onions, and do a bit of ground maintenance. And just like in real life, I never walk back the same way I came. Hey Abigail, how are you doing, beautiful? Oh, she doesn't seem too happy. That's okay. Ah, and here's Penny, someone we haven't met. And there is Sebastian, again someone we haven't met. So we're coming close to having met everyone. Oh no, Elliot, not Sebastian. Sebastian we haven't met yet. He's the guy with the black hair, looks like a bit like a goth. So we've got 3 people left to meet, which I believe is Sebastian, the guy that runs the Adventurers Guild, and yeah, I can't remember who else. So I was planning to try and sell the fish, but I was just a second off, so we're going to have to put them in our box for Mayor Lewis to pick up the next day. So yeah, I think it's Sebastian, Shane, and the guy that runs the Adventurers Guild. They're the last 3 we've got to meet. In terms of building relationships in this game, there are a few people that will send you stuff, which is quite cool. So Granny, aka Evelyn, will send you recipes, Emily sends you wool, and so on and so forth. So there are people that we'll focus on, that will hopefully send us stuff. So what we're going to do is sort out our fish, so the ones we're going to sell, and the ones we're going to keep. So we're going to sell the higher star ones and keep the lower star ones for the community bundles. It's just a better way to do it, because you don't with the community bundles, nothing changes depending on the star of the fish. It's just that you've got that fish, but whereas if you sell them, you get a bit more money. So here we're going to do yam down on some spring onions, and then do a bit more wood gathering and cleaning up. We just need some maple leaves now, or maple seeds, and then we can actually create some nice field snacks, which will really help with our energy, especially when we head into the mines in episode 2. So I'm going to eat another couple of spring onions because I want to show you and mine the ore and the geodes that are in the bottom right of our farm property. But obviously the route to get there is very messy. So here we go. So as you can see, got some nice copper nodes there and a couple of geodes, and I'm trying not to exhaust myself out. So I'm going to leave the other stones there, because last thing we want is to be exhausted and have to stumble back to our shack house on only day 2. So we're going to box these up really nicely and tuck ourselves into bed, because we've already done a lot. Met 25 out of 28 people, harvested some ore, harvested some trees, planted our crops, and now it's the nice sleepy time. So that is the end of episode 1. As you can see, made a bit of money from the fish there. In episode 2, we are going to be exploring the mine and checking out town and seeing if we can meet the other people that we have yet to meet. We're also hopefully going to get into the community centre stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the next episode. But for now, I have been Jay. This has been Pixels Plays. Have an absolutely awesome day, and I'll see you in the valley soon. Peace.